What's crack-a-lackin'? Welcome in to My Mind is a Weapon Fantasy Football Show.
Welcome into another episode of My Mind is a Weapon Fantasy Football Podcast. I am your host, Sleazebomb. Today's episode and today we're going to be diving into all of the rankings. This is going to be my kicker and defenses, top 10 each with one streamer. I'm going to give you why I like the kickers, why I like the defenses based on matchup, based on game scripts, based on point totals, and based on the rankings per position and how they stop people in the red zone. That gives you more kicker opportunities. Now, before we dive into it, guys, make sure you tap that thumbs up, hit that subscription button. Helps me out a ton. I can't thank you guys enough for all the support this year. And again, if you have any questions, does not pertain to this video, drop them in the comments. I try to get to every single one of them. I will be live this Thursday. I leave out of town. We got Mama Slee's 60th birthday in Vegas, so I won't be back till Tuesday. So make sure you don't miss that Thursday show. I will get to every single question you guys have. If you guys want to talk fantasy football 24/7 off stream, we have the Guys FF Discord that I run with my partner, Big Draft Energy. Make sure you check that out. We cover everything fantasy football you guys possibly need. And we also drop our pick'ems and DFS plays in there as well for a premium. And we use drafters.com. So if you haven't signed up on drafters.com, make sure you use promo code SLEAZE. 4 straight locks in a row I've hit in a row. It's absolutely lights out so far. So make sure you sign up on there. And let's dive into my top 10 kicker and defenses plus one streamer each for week 4. So if you guys are new to the channel, this is my kicker board. I got it revamped. Not totally what I want, but way better than it was before. So at the top, you're going to see my top 10 kickers, kicker tier 1, kicker tier 2, and then the streamer kicker is the third level. And then we'll drop down to the bottom. Defense is tier 1, defense is tier 2, and the streamer will be in the middle for the defense as well, guys. And what I look for in kickers, obviously high-powered offense, division grunge games, low implied point total, and defenses that are very good in the red zone. And then that kind of schemes over to the defensive rankings as well here, guys. Starting off with kicker number 1, I mean, is there really even a question? I know he only had 8 points last week, but still, it is Brandon Aubrey. This guy is always going to be number 1. He can kick from 70 freaking yards if he wanted to, man. It's absolutely crazy how big his leg is. And when you're looking at the game, sorry, my throat's parched. This is what I'm talking about. High implied point total game. 47.5 Sunday Night Football. The Micah Parsons revenge game versus the Green Bay Packers. I know they're missing CeeDee Lamb. Might hurt them there more in the red zone. Might see more kicks because CeeDee Lamb draws double coverage mainly. But still, Brandon Aubrey, easy call here. Number 2 is going to be Cameron Dicker, the kicker of the Los Angeles Chargers. And this one is absolutely beautiful. So not only the fact that their weapons are absolutely balling with Quentin Johnston, Keenan Allen, Lab McConkey, Amari Hampton looking great, you get the New York Giants. And the New York Giants, guys, are ranked 30th versus the kicker, giving up 11.6 points per game. That is third worst in the NFL. That is what you want. You're going to be on the road in this game. And, you know, their defense is good up front, but their defense is on the field so much, so they just get absolutely pummeled. But the over-under is 44.5, not that high. You know, middle of the pack there. Chargers favored by 6.5. You still, Dicker the kicker is always a top 5 kicker for me. Top 3, honestly. Number 3, Tyler Loop, the rookie for the Baltimore Ravens. And the Ravens at 1-2, the Chiefs at 1-2. We'll talk about both of them here because I have Harrison Butker up here as well. He's at number 7. So when it's the same game, I'll just merge them together here like this. So this game is at, I've been saying in my videos that I think it's going to be a massive shootout. They have it at 48.5 in this game. Both these teams, every opportunity they are going to need to score. Like, you have to take every single point here available. These teams do not want to be 1-3. These are teams with Super Bowl aspirations that absolutely have not clicked yet at all. And both these teams are middle of the pack, 15th, tied together at kicker, giving up 8 points a game. Still, 50, 60 yards away, they're taking the shot here on 3rd and 12, 3rd and 8, whatever it is, because they both need to win this game super bad. I don't see them, risking anything here to go 1-3. Number 4, Matt Prater missed a big one last week. Would have gave him 11 points. I had him as kicker number 4. And he didn't finish that way, but he would have if he hit the kick. And you get the New Orleans Saints. This game could be 40-0 at halftime. May not be a lot of field goals, but he could kick 6-7 extra points, let alone with it. The New Orleans Saints give up 11.3 points to the kicker. That is 4th worst in the NFL. This is what you want. They're going to run over the Saints. Matt Prater is an easy top 5 kicker for me this week. Number 5, Kaimi Fairbairn, and it's ugly. I mean, he hasn't been getting the opportunity. The offense isn't scoring. The offense isn't really moving the ball. You get the Tennessee Titans here in an 0-3, 0-3 battle, right? None of these teams want to go 0-4. Kind of like the Chiefs-Ravens situation. They're going to take every opportunity to score here. The over-under is 38.5, the lowest of the week. That means field goals are going to fly. The Tennessee Titans also give up 9.3 points to the kicker a game. That ranks 21st. That's 10th worst. This is what you want. Ka'imi Fairbairn I actually like for a major bounce back this week against the Tennessee Titans. And I think the Texans get their first win. Number 6, Jake Bates, the Brick Man. And this is the matchup you want. You want the Cleveland Browns defense. I mean, you're at home. It doesn't matter. This defense has earned the right to bench players. Man, this defense has been so good versus the run, so good versus the pass. They just stopped the Green Bay Packers, beat them last week 13-10 with Jordan Love and all the weapons they have. Jake Bates is going to be a phenomenal play. This game is 44.5 over under. Detroit at home, they always play better. And this red zone defense, guys, is ridiculous, man. This is probably the best defense in the NFL right now. I thought it would be the Broncos, but it is not. Myles Garrett is wrecking absolute havoc all over the line. And you're going to probably see a lot of field goals here for Jake Bates this week. I like him a ton. Number 8, we're going to stick with the high implied point total game. Brandon McManus, you get the Dallas Cowboys, and everybody on planet Earth right now knows the Dallas Cowboys cannot stop anything. Their defense is absolutely terrible. Trading away Micah Parsons was the biggest mistake they probably made in a long time. I know they got draft capital, and it could be, I guess I won't say biggest mistake because I do think the Cowboys are in rebuild. I don't think they were contending even with Micah Parsons. So I like the picks they got for it. So I won't say, terrible, but you don't trade a player like that in my opinion. And the Cowboys giving up 9.3 points per game, tied for 10th worst in the NFL at kicker. This is what you want with Brandon McManus. Number 9, the most impressive kicker for the first 3 weeks. Shout out to my guy Big Draft Energy, called this Spencer Schrader 2-week start. Week 3, he still even had 11 points. I mean, the Colts are looking good, guys, but this is a game where I think the Rams are going to absolutely smash them in this game, and I think they're going to be playing from behind a lot more heavy because the Rams are pissed that they just lost to the Eagles. So, they blew that game to the Eagles up 20 points. So I think you're not going to get as many field goal attempts here from Schrader in this game. That's just how it looks, but the matchup is great. The Rams do give up 11 points a game to the kicker. So, I mean, this is a great defense. The Rams have too in the red zone. So Schrader's still in my top 10, but I'm a little sketched more this week on him just because I think the Rams are going to come out angry at home. Number 10, the number 1 kicker of week 3, Chase McLaughlin and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They get the Philadelphia Eagles this week. And what do the Eagles do? They stop teams in the red zone. They give up 11 points to the kicker, ranking 5th worst in the NFL. Chase McLaughlin and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 3-0 battle here. And you got no Mike Evans, maybe no Chris Godwin in this game. So maybe the offense looks a little more stagnant, but they're still going to move the ball, and they're still going to have kicking opportunities. And Chase McLaughlin is one of the best kickers in football always. So he's still top 10 for me this week. Now, my sleeper kicker of the week, guys. Here we go. Joshua Carty of the Los Angeles Rams. Now, like I said, the Rams are super pissed off that they just lost that game to the Eagles last week. They're going to get the Colts this week. They're going to take every opportunity to score that they have. And the over-under in this game is 49.5. That is a very high implied point total game. And like I said, I think the Rams are going to crush them here. And I think they're going to set a statement here about how mad they are about that Eagles loss. So that is my streamer of the week, is Joshua Carty. Now, headed down to the defenses here. This is going to be a fun week for defenses, man. The matchups are actually pretty good this week. So number 1, how can you not? The Buffalo Bills. They get, I don't know if you guys have seen this yet, but they get the New Orleans Saints, who literally, if you watched my show or were part of the live shows last week, I told you the Saints would be up 20 at halftime the Seattle would be up 20 at halftime against the Saints. Exactly what happened. Pick 6 right away. The spread, guys, is 16.5. That is like the worst in Saints franchise history. This is going to be ugly, and you're just going to get sack after sack after sack after. It's just, man, you got to start the Buffalo Bills no matter what this week. Number 2, moving on to the same kind of situation here, Denver Broncos. And you just saw the Minnesota Vikings drop 30 points on Jake Browning. Now Jake Browning, with 2 pick sixes, has to go into Mile High Stadium. 44.5 over under. Denver favored by 7.5 in this game. Patrick Surtain going to be all over either Chase or Higgins. And that front, man, this Bengals front is just going to cause them so many turnovers. And we talked about it all year long. Cause Joe Burrow an injury. Chase Brown can't run the ball. They put all their money into these wide receivers and their quarterback, and they didn't think about how to protect him. So he's going to be under duress. This is if you see a prop for an interception thrown, that's just free money on Jake Browning this week. Number 3, the kind of slept on team here. The Houston Texans, I know their offense hasn't been great, right? So I can't, and say that at all. CJ Stroud, the slump wasn't just a sophomore slump, man. It's looking really bad. But this is their bounce back game. This is their get right game versus the Titans, right? Still low implied point total game, 38.5. The Texans D has been keeping them in games. This front is one of the best in the NFL. And Cam Ward has looked terrible through 3 games. Let's be honest. Rookies don't win games that much. So it's his obviously first 3 games of his career. He will get better. This is not the game he's going to get better in. I absolutely love the Texans defense this week. And here you got to stick on that same trend. Number 4, the Los Angeles Chargers. I don't know if Khalil Mack will be back out there yet. I haven't checked my updates on my phone, obviously going off right now. But Jackson Dart's first start. And think about what I just said with Cam Ward. I love Jackson Dart. I've been talking about him all year long. Didn't want to see him get thrown in versus the Chargers. I mean, they could have waited till week 5 versus the Saints. This is going to be rough, man. I mean, maybe I do think he's going to, open up the zones a little more, play action read, get the offense moving a little more than Russell Wilson. But this is a dominant Charger defense, and I don't even it's if I'm the freaking Giants, I don't know what we're doing here. I mean, this is a very bad spot to throw them into, just in my opinion. So, I mean, yeah, I'm going to put them at 4. Number 5. Detroit Lions, they came out swinging versus the Ravens. 13 points on defense versus Lamar Jackson, 7 sacks for Aiden Hutchinson. Look out, Cleveland, because Joe Flacco is a statue. And if they're going to sack freaking Lamar Jackson 7 times, Joe Flacco is in for a nightmare game. Detroit Lions, absolute smash play for me this week, 100%. And their defense is also ranking 3rd right now, which is a crazy stat. And number 6, they're back. They got their 3 healthy players on defense back, and you saw the difference that they make. And, man, the Minnesota Vikings just absolutely destroyed Jake Browning. 30 points. They've won fantasy matchups by themselves last week. So now you got the Minnesota Vikings this week in a game versus who? Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers' mobility is literally limited to the max. They are going to get after him. They blitz at the number 1 rate. The over-under in this game is very low, 40.5. They don't think the Steelers are going to score much. Neither do I. Gotta love the Vikings defense this week, especially coming off last week. Number 7, the New England Patriots. It's going to be at Foxborough. You're going to get Bryce Young and the Panthers, and we're hoping that Christian Gonzalez, their star corner, is back out there. If he is, I might even move the Patriots up 1 spot above the Vikings here, because he'll be locked down on Ted McMillan, and their weapons are very limited and hurt right now in Carolina besides Ted McMillan. I mean, you got Hunter Renfrow out there, Legette's down, Coker's still on IR, and now you got Jatavion Sanders down, and Tommy Tremble playing tight end. So this is a great matchup for the Patriots to pick up here, especially they play better at Foxborough. And, do I think the Panthers are going to come out 30-0 again like they did against the Falcons? No, I do not. And the over-under is 43.5, so it's a low implied point total game, and New England's favored by 5.5. Number 9, the defense I told you to pick up early last week. Sorry. It's going to be the Seattle Seahawks, and this is why you pay attention to the Twitter and turn that bell on for all the videos, because I said pick up Seattle Seahawks before they played the New Orleans Saints. This is what you do, and this is why you picked up the Detroit Lions this week ahead before they play the Cleveland Browns. Information you need to know. Now, number 8, and why I love the Seahawks this week. Have you seen the Arizona Cardinals offense? They just lost James Conner. I do like Trey Benson for a play. That's where Seattle struggles versus the run. Their pass D is absolutely phenomenal. One of the best secondaries in football. Kyler Murray's connection with Marvin Harrison is shot. Trey McBride has a great matchup versus the tight ends. That's also where they struggle, is tight ends, running backs, not wide receivers. And this defense is rumbling, man. I think Seattle's going to control the clock here with Kubiak's run game, keep Arizona off the field a lot. And they're going to get after Kyler, and he's going to throw a pick in this game. I like the Seattle Seahawks defense a lot this week, coming off last week as well. Number 9, the forgotten about top 5 defense. All of a sudden, dude, my God, guys, the LA Rams blew this game so bad versus the Philadelphia Eagles. Were they up 20 points, and all of a sudden the soft defense, nickel coverage, prevent got them absolutely crushed. Weeks before that, they were number 5 in all 3 categories across the board, and garbage time crushed their defense. Now they're angry. McVay is a very well coached. He knows, or not very well coached. He is the coach. Very, very, very good coach who's going to be pissed at his young defense that just blew that game. They are going to come out, and I'm telling you guys, they're going to blow the brakes off of Indiana Jones and Danny Dimes. He is going to be absolutely crushed in this game, and I like the Rams a ton this week. Last but not least, number 10. I still got a streamer, but number 10. I don't really like the matchup, right? Because we talk about high implied point total games. So, I mean, you're looking at a 47.5 right here. It's probably going to go up to 48.5 by the time kickoff gets here and everybody starts betting. But Micah Parsons is headed back to Jerry's world. Now, how many sacks do you think he's going to have? Or how many sacks do you think he's going to create for Rashawn Gary, who also leads the NFL in sacks because Micah Parsons is what they have to deal with? This is going to be the funnest game of the week to watch. I am going to be absolutely glued to number one, just on a fucking vengeance tour. I can't wait. I don't love the Packers play, but I just think Micah Parsons is going to get 3+ sacks, and the turnovers are going to be massive here. And there's no CeeDee Lamb. So, I mean, yeah, the Cowboys will probably still score, but I still like the Packers as a top 10 defense, and I can't wait to see Micah in this game. Streamer time. Now, with my rankings, it was hard to kind of find a streamer here. So this is like a deep kind of dive play here. And it's going to be the Tennessee Titans. Now, their defense hasn't been great at all. We know that. But again, we're looking for a low implied point total game, which is the Texans and the Titans. And we've seen C.J. Stroud in this offense. Nico Collins can't get it going. Or Nico Collins has got it going on a busted play and a touchdown before that. Christian Kirk finally comes back. He saw 8 targets last week on limited snaps, so that's good to see there. Jalen Noel, they have 0 run game with Nick Chubb or Woody Marks or Joe Mixon if he ever comes back this year. And they've been struggling. So this is like a play. If all 10 of these defenses aren't there for you guys to pick up, I would like this as number 11 pretty much. So there's a bunch of other matchups I don't like. If any of these teams are on your waiver wire, I'll put it like this. I do like all of these defenses over the Titans. So, I mean, this is a streamer play if you need. And that is the top 10 kickers, a streamer, top 10 defenses, and a streamer defense for you guys. Thanks for rocking with me today, guys. That is the end of the episode. That is my week 4 top 10 kickers and defenses plus 1 streamer each that you should be using in your lineups this week. My next videos are going to be my quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end. I'm going to try and get all those rankings out today. And then if you guys want to see all my stardom sit-ems, that's where all the information, like all the statistics are dropped on. My rankings videos are more just personality based and, my view on the game and how the running back's going to go. Because I don't think you want to hear, statistics twice back to back. It just seems cheesy to me. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm doing statistics on the stardoms and I'm doing my own personal takes on the rankings. And that's it for me in this episode, guys. Before we head out, make sure you tap that thumbs up, hit that subscription button. It helps me out a ton. And if you haven't checked out the Guys FF Discord, it's pinned in the comments and in the description. Make sure you sign up. And if you haven't signed up on Drafters as well, shout out to the sponsor. Make sure you use promo code SLEAZE. It will match your initial deposit to $100. And I might be, I won't be here this weekend, so never mind. I was going to say I'll be drafting Friday, but I'm not. So that's it for me in this episode, guys. I'll catch you guys in my quarterback rankings video next. Sleaze Bomb out. Thanks for listening.